What's up, guys? Ragnar here, and my goodness, I wanted to talk about this for such a long time. Such a long time. If you ask any of my parents, my wife, or anyone that knows me, they know I hate Roblox. That is the game I hate. It's been 2.5 years, and you know what? I used to love it. But now I hate it for what it's known for. So, but Roblox has been in the spotlight, and it has been especially in the spotlight in the past week or a couple days. So, I wanted to compile all the things that have been said and what hasn't been said in the new stuff all into one video. So, let's get to the video. This is why I will never let my kids play Roblox, ever. Let's start with what has already been talked about. Roblox has known history of allowing PDF files on their platform to exploit kids. It's just been a known thing. Actually, in fact, they are banning the vigilantes. That's what's been happening. They've been banning the so-called vigilantes. Vigilantes go above the law, but they didn't. They actually worked with the law, which is crazy to even think about. But hey, Roblox has been banning them because they haven't been using the proper channels and the proper protocol, even though they do that. And when they do that, it actually takes 2 to 3 weeks by the time the character or the player from Roblox gets banned, and by that time the guy already been arrested. So what's the point? If you are still not believing me on the systematic child abuse on Roblox and that it's an actual thing, let me just show you a few, and then you guys just go from there. And I mind you, this is just a few. In February 2022, 33-year-old Howard Graham drove around 900 miles to meet a 13-year-old girl he had connected with 2 days earlier on Roblox. Graham drove the girl from her home in Topeka, Kansas, back to his home in Clayton County, Georgia. The next month, Graham, who had a prior criminal matter from 2007, was arrested on multiple charges, including, RAPE, kidnapping, and trafficking. Police found the 13-year-old girl outside a Dollar General. Let's keep going. In May of 2025, a 40-year-old Tony Rodriguez was charged with enticement and possession of child after he utilized Roblox to connect with alleged 11 and 13-year-old girls on Facebook. In June 2023, a 21-year-old Daniel Diaz was arrested for contacting a minor for purposes of committing a felony offense after meeting with a child he contacted through Roblox. Police added that Diaz was possibly in contact with other juvenile victims through Roblox. Look at that. And finally, this is the one I wanted to show at the very end, just because this is the most recent one. And the person who helped the police is the one that got banned. And well, that's what's been blowing this up. In June 2025, 21-year-old Manuel Bernardo Gonzalez was arrested after trying to lure a decoy 13-year-old girl. The sting operation was set up by real Schlep, who Roblox has now banned. So he does have a YouTube channel. Go ahead and check that out. That's what enticed this whole spotlight to be on this. But this actually been going on for a long time, and the spotlight has been slowly shining on it. This was just a nail in the coffin. And the fact that they were doubling down. And they know that they're doubling down. But let's also talk about the game modes. If you think that's not worried, maybe you guys should just check out the game modes. Mind you, Roblox is mostly kid. It's like all kids that play the game, by the way. And it has no restrictions. So this is the game. These are the game modes that you can play without restriction. And some of them are verified as well. Public Bathroom Simulator. Escape from Bathroom Obby. Bilberry City. Public bathroom. Take a poo in a city. Talk with a bot. Weird girl bridge. Public bathroom hangout. That's weird. Hug roleplay. Now this is crazy enough. This game did not go into the spotlight until Schlep, that we mentioned earlier, got banned as a vigilante. Even though he used the proper channels that they were having problems with, all the vigilantes that they were saying. He used the proper protocols, he used everything, and in fact he worked with law enforcement, but they banned him on entrapment, even though he's working with the police, or he reported everything to the police. I mean, the fact that Roblox is more focused on the vigilantes and not the PDF files is more crazy to me. I mean, that is just crazy. The fact that they would focus on the vigilantes and not the actual issue that's going on. It is a problem. That is a huge issue. So, anyways, that was the old stuff. I mean, that's not really that old, but that's the older stuff. This is more the newer stuff. So let's get to the more fresh stuff that you might not even know about. Let's first talk about the game modes that we already talked about. The hangouts. That's what you just saw. The bathroom simulator. All those are hangouts. The hangout is the primary way that these people exploit kids. They talk to them and get to know them through this hangout. The game hasn't had any restrictions on the 30-year-olds going into the private spaces. That's what they call it, private spaces, for the underage minors that are in these private spaces, so they can get to know them. Which is crazy that this even escalated to this point. That Roblox would even double down. But it's even worse when they, this is allegedly, but they're considering making minor content versus 18 and up content, which means that they're going to start making mature content on Roblox. Now that's alleged. Obviously, I don't know if that's actually true, but if that is true, that's just even worse. Not the time, Roblox. It was never the time. Don't do it. But in the hindsight of view, it does make sense why Roblox would want to do this, because their goal is to become the metaverse. That's what they want to do. The CEO, Basasuki, I hope I said that right. I butchered that name. Describes this as a human experience. He wants it to be everything. You can do anything on this app, including dating. But it's age divided. That's his goal. He wanted to do it age divided, where you had the 13-year-olds in that room and then 18-year-olds in that room. And they were going to try to verify through ID verification and or apparently facial age estimation. I don't know what that is, but I guess, I don't know. I have no idea. But apparently that's what he wants to do, and it's true. So that's fun. Also, fun fact, the CEO, I'm not even going to try to say his name, and his wife, Jan Ellison, launched his last name group, an organization that focuses on electoral reform. It does mental illnesses, it says all the other stuff, but the last thing they focused on is electoral reform, which I thought was very interesting, because if you look up electoral reform, this is the exact dictionary term for it, meaning. Electoral reform is a change in electoral systems that alters how public desires, usually expressed by cast votes, produce election results. Electoral reform, a change to the way that people are elected to positions of power in a country. That's an interesting thing to be focused on. If you guys like this type of content and you don't want to miss out on any gaming rants or gaming challenges that I do on this channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like button so that it gets the video pushed out. Thank you guys. Goodbye.